Welcome to our exploration of Hanoi's history, a city embodying the heart and soul of Vietnam in each of its relics and innovations. Situated on the banks of the Red River, Hanoi is more than Vietnam's capital. It is the pulsating heart of a resilient civilization that has endured through centuries of turmoil and transformation. This city, where ancient pagodas stand proudly amidst towering skyscrapers, serves as a testament to Vietnam's vibrant cultural fabric and indomitable spirit. Pre-Thang Long Hanoi. Hanoi's journey commenced long before it became known as Thang Long, stretching its roots back to the late Paleolithic Age, with artifacts of the Sun Vi culture indicative of its early human settlement. As the fortified capital of the Kingdom of O Lac, under the rule of Nduang Vuong, it held significant political sway. With Nan Yue's annexation in 179 BC, it was integrated into a polity headed by a Chinese ruler. Later, under Chinese domination, it transformed into Tong Bin, serving as a political stronghold. By 866 AD, under the autonomous Vietnamese lords, it evolved into Dai La, a bustling trade center due to its strategic riverside position. These initial years laid the groundwork for Hanoi's destiny as an important cultural and economic powerhouse. The Dragons Cradle. Our story begins in 1010, with Emperor Li Taidu establishing his capital in Hanoi, then known as Thang Long, or the Ascending Dragon. The Red River's fertile alluvial plain provided an ideal backdrop for the city's growth into an influential political and cultural hub. Over the centuries, the city bore witness to the rise and fall of powerful dynasties, the Li, Tran, and La. Each left their indelible mark on Hanoi's physical and cultural landscape. Magnificent royal palaces, grand temples, and intricate pagodas were constructed, many of which still stand. During the 13th century, the Mongol Empire, then at its zenith, attempted to invade Vietnam thrice. Thang Long, resilient and fortified, repelled these invasions, cementing its status as a city of strategic importance. Its people, rooted in a strong sense of identity and community, proved to be the city's lifeblood, cultivating a rich cultural ethos that seeped into its literature, music, and cuisine. French Colonial Hanoi. 1882 ushered in a significant shift in Hanoi's narrative as French occupation began. The French influence permeated all aspects of life in Hanoi, from its architecture and urban planning to its cuisine and language. A dual city emerged, the French city, and the Vietnamese city. However, beneath this facade of colonial modernity, a fire of resistance was simmering. Major events like the 1930 Yen Bay Mutiny, while ultimately unsuccessful, marked a turning point in the anti-colonial movement, demonstrating the Vietnamese people's growing discontent. As the world plunged into the chaos of World War II, seismic changes were underway in global politics. The War of Independence. With the end of World War II and the defeat of Japan, a power vacuum ensued in Indochina. Ho Chi Minh seized the moment and declared Vietnam's independence. The French, unwilling to relinquish their colonial possession, attempted to re-establish control, culminating in the First Indochina War. The Battle of Hanoi in December 1946 marked the beginning of a brutal 8-year struggle. Yet the spirit of resistance that characterized Hanoi persisted. In 1954, attention was focused on a remote valley northwest of Hanoi, Dien Bien Phu. The epic siege and subsequent Vietnamese victory led to the Geneva Accords, which recognized Vietnam's independence. Hanoi during the Vietnam War. The newly found peace was short-lived. Vietnam was divided at the 17th parallel, with Hanoi becoming the capital of North Vietnam. The United States, viewing the spread of communism as a threat to global stability, became embroiled in what would become the Vietnam War. While Hanoi was largely spared from ground combat, it faced an onslaught of aerial bombings as part of the U.S.'s Operation Rolling Thunder. The city's infrastructures were devastated, and its people forced to endure hardships beyond comprehension. Despite the severe challenges, Hanoi persevered. The city became a symbol of Vietnamese resilience and resistance, a beacon that kept the spirit of national unity alive. Underground tunnels and bomb shelters became part of daily life, manifesting the city's grit and determination. Post-war Hanoi. In 1976, Vietnam was reunited, and Hanoi was named the capital of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Economically paralyzed and infrastructure devastated, Hanoi had to rebuild. Despite these adversities, the city slowly emerged from the shadows of war. The initiation of Doi Moi economic reforms in 1986 marked a turning point. With a shift towards a socialist-oriented market economy, Hanoi experienced an unprecedented period of rapid development. Yet, amidst this wave of modernization, Hanoi managed to preserve its cultural heritage. Today, Hanoi stands as a testament to the Vietnamese people's resilience. From the bustling labyrinth of the old quarter to the serene beauty of the Temple of Literature, it exudes an aura of the past interwoven with the present. Emerging tiger, eternal spirit. Hanoi, a rising Southeast Asian tiger, combines economic growth with a rich cultural legacy expressed through festivals, folk music, and traditional theater. The city's heartbeat resonates around Hoan Kiem Lake, filled with the sounds of social communion. Beyond its history, Hanoi pioneers the tech scene with a growing number of startups, and its expanding education sector gains regional and global recognition. A living chronicle of Vietnam. Hanoi, a timeless tapestry weaving 1,000 years of history, destined for 1,000 more. This living chronicle pulsates with Vietnam's heartbeat, every street whispering sagas of resilience, every monument breathing memories. From its genesis in the Dragons Cradle to its metamorphosis through colonial times and wars, to its present-day bloom, Hanoi's tale is one of indomitable spirit,